Do it.
I think we're live. We're live now. Yes.
We're live now.
But is it the same link?
It's us. No, it's not the same link. So now we've got to reshare all the links. Beep boop. I actually have this set up differently. There we go. All right. So now I've got to reshare. Get your ass on and reshare the link.
This is Bedlam.
I'm resharing.
We're gonna be on Facebook while we stream here.
Well, we. So wait, that one's not going, but a different one is.
Yeah.
We are live
be
on
able
a thing.
to copy the fucking text. And I hate when it won't let me do it. Edit. It won't let me do it. Someone's talking. Joelle is here. Yes. Pin comment.
We're live. Gonna watch Bedlam. It's on PBS.
Talk about what it is.
This Bedlam is a terrible bullshit. It's like, a bullshit show that is by a psychiatrist who believes that, not having institutions is a problem because the current mental health system is broken. So basically, this film is going to be a documentary telling you why we should go back to institutionalization because the current mental health system is flawed. It is extremely activating if you're someone who has lived experience, especially experiences with like restraints or forced medications, emergency department visits, especially if you've had experiences with extreme states. So that's a warning for folks. And basically you can go to the PBS app or PBS Online and search for Bedlam to find a link so you can press play with us and listen to us talk about it.
That's fine. Change it here. I'm still changing things. So keep talking. Who's here? What are we saying? Elise is here. Joelle is here. You are silent.
What?
So keep talking. But you're not. You're not talking. Oh, my friend Heather's here. SPSM. Oh, the official SPSM account.
Oh, hey.
Sorry, I'm just updating
all the sites so that people can find us.
Yeah, like you do. What
All
else?
right, we're updating a couple of sites so everyone can catch up with us. And go ahead and get on PBS. I'll get on the comments here and share with people the link to Bedlam on PBS.
Oh, okay.
So we'll all be able to just kind of press play at the same time and watch together. It'll be great. And by great, I mean terrible and horrific. Some of us might cry.
I need to not.
Some of us being me. This is my third time watching it.
Third. I was going to say, talk about when you watched it first.
So the first time I watched it, I watched it with Carly, who has been on our show before. And then it was awful. We cried a lot through it. We were not ready for the level of fucked up that this documentary is. Even though people kind of prepared us, they talked about how it was fucked up. It's just different when you see it in person, I think. And which you're all going to get to do now. And then the second time that I watched it, I ended up watching it with another guest that we had on the show, Cody, and I watched it with her because I won't let anyone that I know with lived experience watch this alone. unless they really, really insist on doing so, because
Yeah, you did tell me not to watch it alone.
it's pretty activating.
Right.
So
Okay, so Elise wants to know if we have to open it ourselves. Yes, everyone open it yourself, and we'll decide to hit play sometime in the very near future.
yeah.
I've got it queued up, and
I have it queued up as well.
I've got my wine.
I have my White Claw in a champagne glass.
And my Diet Coke.
Very good. We're on top of it. Everybody's got it together.
Yeah. I like how, like, I know we talked about this when we weren't recording, but I have an absolute inability right now to, like, plan anything because I never know if I'm going to be, I don't know, falling asleep or sad or whatever. So when we were talking about this, we were just like, well, better do it now.
Yep. Yeah. Because you were like, I was like, what if we do it tomorrow night? And you were like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I
Too
can
far in
commit
the
to that.
future. Can't do that kind of planning.
It's true. It's true. Joel has no alcohol. I mean,
Joel has alcohol.
this is a space where, huh?
Why do you see all these comments and I don't see all these comments?
I don't know. Our silent third partner, who is never ever silent, is here with us this evening.
Never silent. Yeah.
Your face.
That's some bullshit.
What's the
Hey,
bullshit?
it's okay that you're not silent.
I love
We're
when you
not
talk. I'm the bullshit?
You're bullshit.
You're bullshit.
Connie!
Connie's here.
Connie!
Falling over.
Get your
I love
ass.
What's happening?
What you doing, Connor?
Okay, how much longer should we wait?
I don't know. How long do you think? Are people ready in the chat? My Facebook is taking extremely long amounts of time to load, so I don't know.
Yeah, Phil can't see either. It's
I don't
fell
know
on a
if I'll
different
be
link somehow.
Seriously, like I don't see any of these comments. I see all these other comments you're not looking at.
Oh, because you're they go directly to the suicide and stuff page. These are shit. So when you broadcast it from Live Through This too, there's a whole different set of comments.
I clicked on the link, this link that you shared.
What link you do?
I clicked here.
Just go to the suicide and stuff page. So whenever we do this show, it's never gonna not be a mess. Like,
I know we are a mess. This is what we do.
The production value is not high.
No, we're definitely low production value.
Okay. Sometimes I'm like, we should work harder, and then I'm like, I don't know.
We've got 29 people, it says, looking at us.
Oh, that's nice.
My computer's not opening that link so I can do anything.
You may not do.
Have you posted a link to the Bedlam?
No.
I cannot for some reason.
I have it opened up on my thing. PBS documentary Bedlam.
My family's tragedy
is working.
Tragedy.
What?
My other computer is working, the one that's less shitty. It's now open and working.
Of course, good. It's good.
There's no switching, is there?
No.
No.
Unless
all right,
you.
well, we're gonna get the crap one.
Yeah, I don't know how to make my brain try and figure that out.
We'll do it this way.
Okay. So, so can you post a link to? No.
Did it.
Okay. Good. I am here now. Okay. Do we want to hit play? Because like the text part of this is just not the important part.
Yeah, let's hit play. Are we doing like a 1, 2, 3 play?
I don't know how you usually do this.
Let's do 1, 2, 3 play, and then when I say the play, we hit play.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3 play.
Okay. My program will begin after this message. So that's good. Did we both get a message?
I have that too.
Add 1 of 1.
Boobs. All right. British people, boobs. Oh, they're not British. They're Deutsches.
There was a lady in a window and some tulips. So I'm guessing Amsterdam.
Oh, it's spelled bullshit. Okay.
It's like
Did you get World on Fire first?
educated.
No, we've got
guesses here.
Baptiste.
Oh. You got a different one. Bedlam is starting for me now.
Joelle
Is it
says
starting for
sync
you?
to the time. Yeah, it's starting for me now.
Or-
When I was 14, my sister Meryl suddenly
I'm going to hear it. We can hear it through your end.
Should I turn it down?
So I'll probably turn it down.
I'm
But
already
let's-
angry. Who's that guy? He looks slimy.
He says that his film gives voice to those with mental illness, but that's bullshit because he has people who are experiencing extreme states on it, but he doesn't like really interview them. He just talks to their family members and then a group of white psychiatrists.
Of course.
Yeah. And it's like it's designed to make you feel like people are like scary or out of control or whatever. But like people are having really rational responses to bullshit that's happening to them all the way through.
Right. I told you that was not going to work. I'm uncomfortable.
What's not working?
The fellow's trying to fuck with my headphones.
So I can only hear you through her headphone.
Oh.
Oh, asshole.
I was trying to open it a little so I could hear it.
But now I can't hear the TV because of deafus. Okay, we're in LA. Good. Somber music.
Yeah. It's somber and I just it's this ER stuff is all really ugly and the way they're treating people is really awful. So
do you promise to stop screaming and relax? Good. Oh no, we're
There's
gonna lock
your
you in there. Oh my fucking god.
yeah, they're locking him.
Oh.
It's not going to get better than this. In case this feels too bad to anyone, it's not going to improve.
Oh, I hate it.
Vaguely threatening. What the fuck does vaguely threatening even mean?
Fucking upset at being locked up.
I hate that.
He's
Benzodependent. So when they put you on the benzos and you take them, then you're dependent?
right, yeah, you're alcohol dependent, benzo dependent.
Cool. I really want to like not hate psychiatrists.
You want to not hate psychiatrists? Why? What did they do to deserve that?
I mean, one would hope that they like went into this field to like help people, but I don't feel like often that. Well, I don't feel like that's really ever the case.
This guy seems like he's trying to be nice.
So far, he's gonna do something fucked up.
I think there's, yeah.
Like he seems okay, but
I think there are like people in this who have good intentions and like intentions are really great, but you're still like really being fucking harmful to people.
oh my god. Okay. That's the system.
No.
I'm afraid that's the system.
Yeah, you'll get to hear that a lot. But then their solution to that is like, so what if we brought back institutions? They were better, right?
Someone said my psychiatrist recently told me to get off Klonopin because there's a correlation between it and dementia. No one had stated that to me before. Someone just told me that before
You didn't know that?
I got pregnant. No, that was a comment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I learned that
Yeah,
right before I got
I
pregnant.
told you that. Oh, they're like making it seem like it was this like horrific thing that people got rid of. Look at this. they're people. It's like a room full of cots,
Yeah.
and they're like acting like this is better.
Right.
The so-called human warehouses, they were human warehouses. Like that's not what they were called.
Seriously. Elise wants us to tell her when we're at the 5-minute mark, and I can't. Mine won't show me.
Oh, mine doesn't really show me either. Oh, let's see if I can figure it out. I think we're past 5 minutes. I don't know. It won't tell me.
Xanax and early onset dementia. What? This man is just going to make me roll my eyes forever and ever.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. This is going to be, yeah. Pretty much anytime they go back to the ED, it's like extremely fucked up.
Right. To understand what it means to live with serious mental illness. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Nothing that makes any sense.
I just don't know how valuable it is to use the label at this point. Booty booty boop bop. My closed captions are fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like so I feel like this woman is not hard to understand at all.
I think
Like,
get like consent for this.
They didn't.
oh,
Probably.
I don't even know. I don't even want to know. She has some moments where like she's a little bit more engaged with consensus reality later on, so I think maybe she gave permission, but I just don't like it just seems very clear to me that she has like concerns that are related to like a sexual assault that happened because that's what she talks about. So I don't understand why like they can't I don't know why they can't understand her.
Because she's booty booty booping, obviously. That was basically a line directly from Girl Interrupted. Therapy.
Yeah.
Kavik said the biggest thing was how the filmmaker is saying he was totally unbiased in his filmmaking. Clearly, it's very obvious he's unbiased.
Like what? My like whole comment section is basically filled with like with a pinned comment, so I can't see anything anyone's typing.
Weird.
I don't know why.
Unpinned.
Let me see if I can do it for my phone.
I don't need to see someone stabbed like this anyway right now.
Yeah.
I got to listen to.
They're the gentlest with her that they're going to be with anyone else who comes in here.
Good. I got to listen to a call like this recently enough. Like, well, now I don't even remember which one I pinned. Oh, it's this one. No. Did you unpin it?
I didn't unpin it, but you don't have to worry about it. I'm just pulling it up on my phone because I can do that now. So we're good.
Grandiosity.
Also, okay, so this is like right now exposes all of the really fucked up things about like drug marketing that happens because like, oh yeah, I went to the APA and they talked about a study about Seroquel, and so like basically they're like she's been sold this idea at like a convention and now she's gonna make decisions about someone's life.
Right.
Um
What the fuck?
Yeah, like Seroquel is pretty rowdy.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, at least the psychiatrist is.
I mean, she's all right in
Recognizing.
this. She's all right in this, but there's gonna be other moments.
Yeah, the absolute lack of awareness about fucking drug reps.
Yeah, that's absurd.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And obviously they're not asking her what she wants. Even after
No, they
she
gave
said she
her.
refused.
She explicitly refused the shot they gave her. Now look, she's like practically falling asleep, and they're gonna give her more medication.
Time for more wine.
Because like more medication is gonna help you understand what's going on more like effectively and help you consent to treatment.
Right.
And none of this questions like what's happening in this scenario, right? They're
Yeah.
like they're just doing the best they can, instead of like saying maybe we're engaging in this part wrong too.
Right.
Like we should have replaced institutionalization with like services that people want that are
Right.
allowed them.
I love this. I understand it because someone I know experienced it, and that's not
Yeah,
fair.
right.
Like
Yeah,
you
this
have an experience that is valid, but it's not as valid as the direct experience.
right. This is like yeah, it's like everything that NAMI does is like generally kind of coming from this perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think in like the suicide prevention world too, we start to run into this because we we group lived experience into this category of like both suicide attempt and suicide loss survivors. And while that's true, like both have lived experience, it's different. It's different.
That's where you put the crazy people in the corner with baby. Yeah, it is different. I mean, there are intersections, but
Yeah. And like it doesn't count as including lived experience if you're only including like people who know someone or who had a family member or whatever.
right,
That's the same.
right. You lived an experience, but not that one.
Yeah.
Wait, did she get fattened up? Does this count as being fat?
Yeah, probably. And that's something that's like a big flaw in the psych survivor community too, is that they like really, really leverage fat phobia
Mm-hmm.
as like a reason to not engage in medication. And like I feel like people should use whatever it takes for them to feel like okay to live in the world. And they like people shouldn't have to be on meds to be able
Right.
to get by, but like um
Oh, here's one of
the,
those fun images we get of like crazy people being fragile and childlike.
yeah, right.
It's a good one. Sorry, I interrupted you. I was just like, this is
No, it's just yeah, it's just that like whole like like we want to advocate against psychiatric medication, so we're going to leverage fat phobia as a way to do that. That's just bullshit too.
right. Not being on meds is bad, okay?
Yeah. Anyway, no shortage of fuckery.
Did you say no shortage of fuckery?
Yeah, I said there's no shortage of fuckery. Yeah.
So many butterflies. If
And
only Gus were here to be like, ugh. What?
she's like very clearly able to like articulate that medication was causing some problems for her. So I don't know why we can't believe her about that.
Right.
Oh yeah. So this
I
like
do love the
history
history bits.
this is also yeah, so they're doing this history of medications and psychiatry, and their argument isn't against psychiatry. That was lobotomy.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
It's a lobotomy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But this is like somehow not an argument against institutions.
Okay. Hey,
Like,
Nobel Prize.
Damn.
the conclusion we're going to
Rasputina has a song about this.
Like,
I know.
What?
the conclusion they're going to come to in this is like, well, we should bring back something more like institutionalization. Like what?
Let's go.
How do people wear so much white and not get gross shit on their clothes all the time?
Kennedy curse. I don't know. Fella's always trying to wear white, and I'm like, don't do that. And then she does that, and then there's spaghetti on her shit.
Yeah, I only ever get to wear a white thing once.
It makes my skin look good.
Your skin always looks good.
Yeah, your skin looks great all the time. So then they're like, we don't have enough new medications. There's not enough pharmaceutical research.
Oh my God, Mad in America really goes through this really well. The book,
Yeah.
talking about how meds are magic bullets. I think that was the Mad in America book, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I had to stop reading that book when I got to the eugenics part, and I lost my shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
okay, thanks. Can only take so much. Behavioral medicine.
How are people doing? Answer in the chat, because this is really fucked up, and it's about to get more fucked up, and I'm worried that people are gonna. I don't know. I'm just worried about people because this is fucked up.
Well, at least we're watching with friends.
This doctor is my least favorite doctor. It's painful for him to hold his head up straight, and the doctor's like, "I know it's hard, but this medication's gonna help you." Like, what?
We should just have 2 hours of us making horrendous faces at this.
This guy's the worst. I hate him so much. He's gonna do worse things to people. I don't like it.
A good time. 1 year later.
This just feels like exploitation of her,
Oh, I feel that though.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I have frequently taken everything out and then been like, oh my God, I can't put this all away.
Yeah, then you're like, fuck!
Maybe that's because we're also crazy people.
Probably.
That must be it.
Oh, a bad luck meow.
Just like, what if there was like space for her to have these like difficult times and then be able to go back to work when she got through them, like instead of like providing her support that she could use. Like, it's not like she's not accepting people, she's having discussions with people, like she could have someone come to her home and help her out and then get through this and then like not have to go in and out of the hospital all the time.
Right. Well, I mean, that probably costs way too much money.
Right, yeah, because hospitalization is cheap.
Yeah. Duh.
It's just like a circle jerk of like the government giving money to like hospitals and hospitals giving money to pharma and pharma giving money to the government. So it's
Yeah.
Great.
And then you get a bill for like fucking $400 for a Band-Aid.
Yeah, right. And then they can lock you up in a different way if you don't pay enough of your bills. So
Where's she going?
Right.
She's going to the hospital right now.
Oh.
It's the only place where she felt like she could get help.
Right.
So like that's fucked up too. Is like there's nowhere else for her to access
Yeah.
things that she feels like she needs.
Right.
So then she has to go back here. But like there are all kinds of other things that we can put in place to give people what they need.
Yeah. Well, then what if she went there looking for help and they fucking turned her away too? Like, there's no
Right.
good option because they'll
Right.
take her in and treat her like shit, or they'll turn her away when she feels like she
Right.
needs help.
Exactly.
But she won't get fat, so that's okay.
Right.
This guy.
Yeah, so this is the filmmaker and his whole story about his sisters. Awful.
Pumped to hear it.
Ugh.
Suddenly. Suddenly Psychotic is like the sequel to Suddenly Seymour.
Hey, that's where we live.
That is where we live. That's legit Fishtown.
Yeah.
That's Fishtown.
People are suddenly psychotic here all the time in this house.
Definitely. Can you imagine having to do your hair like that every day?
No. Oh my God, no.
What's that? I mean, I know it's the pandemic talking, but fuck, I've been wearing the same pants for 2 weeks.
Ugh.
I'm super mad about the spelling of Meryl, I'm not gonna lie. Really
Yeah, me too.
fucking mad about it, because that's like
I
Merle Haggard. It's not Meryl.
Yep, I have been
Captions are making me mad.
that's how she spells her name.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Why?
can you tell us about schizophrenia?
Me?
You know, let this guy do it.
I can tell you about schizophrenia probably more than he can.
Obviously, he knows better. He's a psychiatrist.
He is, yeah. Well, he's really done a good job with it, so. This is clinical opinion that Merle was out of her mind. Oh, fucking this guy is the worst. I hate him.
Is he a member of AAS?
Ooh, I don't know.
I would love
That would
to
be
know.
weird.
Oh, the beds were lost.
We don't have enough beds. I'm so sick of hearing about how we don't have enough fucking beds. Oh my God.
I mean, who cares how many fucking beds you have if you don't know how to treat people?
Right.
Oh, black girl, look at me.
6 movies on HBO and 3 on PBS on mental health.
Good.
Oh.
Okay, get a bunch of the psychiatrists in a room. I feel like there's like a punchline here. This man.
Wow. I feel like I know people who were at the protest for this APA. Oh, good. The room full of white psychiatrists talking about the good old days of institutionalization.
We should start going to these fucking conferences.
I can't. I will kill someone. And I don't want to go to jail. I can't prove everyone right about us.
His mustache.
The shaving job on the mustache
What is
is
this
very
face
concerning.
above his lip?
That's like a Miami mustache. Sometimes the dudes do that.
Oh, no.
You know, the really thin one.
This one has plants.
What is this picture?
It's not.
Old, old white psychiatrists are us.
Oh, God forbid we fucking pay for people who need help.
Yeah.
God for fucking bid.
It's just like,
they're completely skipping a part of the history of institutions too, like the Quakers and the asylums.
oh yeah,
and the original goals of all of this, and just skipping past any of the good that did happen.
yeah.
You know, the beautiful pastoral views and all.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how great it was, but there was a different. The beginning was different.
Yeah. But also, like, I mean, it's still coerced, right? They always been
Well,
coerced.
yeah. I feel like if I'm gonna be coerced, though, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, the place with the plants.
You want a
looked
view?
Okay. I want a
Yeah,
view. I
those
want
are
to
also
eat.
those
I
are
want to
also
not
places
have
where
water therapy. Fucking
sure, yeah. All of those things were happening though, like still in those places, they just had pretty views. Like here's
yeah,
the beach,
but not at the
also
beginning. Do you think at the beginning? I don't know.
institutions?
Yeah. I mean, I would have
Yeah,
been
I
in
mean,
one anyway because my husband would have sent my ass away. He would have been like, this one's a homosexual.
Because your uterus went wandering through your body.
My uterus had places to be.
I think like institutions have pretty much always been pretty terrible unless you're real rich. And
Okay,
even
yeah,
then
that's
they're
fair.
I have to go get more booze because
Good idea. This isn't.
I'll be
I can't.
I'll be back. I can't drink it fast enough right now.
Oh, is this guy supposed to be crazy? They're on Venice Beach. I can't. I love how they have to show people being locked in. Like, that's the second time now.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we have keys for these crazy people.
This one's sleeping in a corner.
You gotta keep them in.
I also have a really important unrelated question,
Okay, I like important
which is
questions.
about
Ew. What is the question? Do I want to eat that? Yes, I do.
my question is about like how does a person go about eating something like this?
With a knife.
Okay. I have to go get a knife. Again, I will be back.
Or your whole face. How does one get prepared to be restrained? Actual trigger.
I just feel like clearly he gets some visions that like tell him when things are safe and
This
when they're
lesbian's
not.
really trying to be a good listener.
Jeez.
And he's like really articulating when he will know if something's not okay. And they're like, it doesn't matter if you feel like it's okay.
Right.
They're going to restrain you. So just get prepared. Like, cool, thanks. He's like, it's kind of a pain in the butt. Like, restraints aren't a pain in the butt. That's insulting.
Truly. Well, one would hope. I mean, jails and hospitals are the same thing at this point.
Yeah. I'm really, really deeply disappointed that she's someone who believes in conservatorship.
Yeah.
It really, I'm having a, I have a lot of feelings about it.
Also, anytime I hear the word conservatorship, I get really upset about Britney Spears. So,
Me too.
Smart of this lady to keep a diary.
gotta document everything.
You know who she is, right?
No, I've been having a hard time paying attention to everything all at once.
She's a founder of Black Lives Matter.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What's her name?
Patrice Colors.
How the fuck did they get her?
Because she's pro conservatorship. She's in support of this.
No, I get it, but how did they get her?
I don't know.
If he's perfect to you, why do you want to have him under lock and key? Oh, man. Drink every time you hear the word stigma. Or hydrate. Drink
I'm
or
not ready
hydrate.
for that drunk.
I'm gonna do it.
I'll just keep working on this giant chocolate bunny.
I hate your face.
You what?
I hate your face.
You like Reese's?
I do, I'm jealous.
Oh, okay.
I put in an order, my Instacart order for a couple of bags of Reese's eggs, but since it took forever for my order to come, it didn't come till after Easter, there weren't any fucking Reese's eggs left. These are my problems. That was not a leading question.
I do think it's important that they show in this like how like he's going to experience like the criminal justice system, and then the white folks are not generally unless they're substance users in this.
Right.
That was important, but like still all the wrong conclusions here.
Oh my god. I don't know what Ziprak says. I don't know what the fuck it does, but Jesus Christ. The filmmaker never addresses race and mental health, Kevik says. I haven't been watching the comments, but I'm positive
No.
Kevix has seen this before.
Kevin said that.
No, the filmmaker doesn't address it, but they are
That
showing.
BLM was
Well,
based
yeah.
on her brother.
Oh, okay.
And then the filmmaker suggests he didn't know that she would be a BLM founder.
Yeah, when they started filming it, they didn't know. You'll see some stuff about it.
Okay. We need to have Kevix on this shit.
Yeah, I asked Kevix when he's going to be on here.
Very good. Answer that question in the comments, and maybe we'll email you something useful. I mean, I know I'm very white, but I feel like that statement is so strange. That shame is the thing that kills people from a black man.
Yeah.
Eureka! Well, at least California has bright, shiny colors for its inmates. Yellow's so happy.
I guess because of the value.
The shit that's a felony and the shit that's not a felony. Just
I'm just so like they'll have some stuff about drugs a little bit on here, but not really. But like drugs are it like we could do so much for people by like decriminalizing substance use and like yeah, generally policing like differently or just not policing. That would be cool too. And we could just let everyone out of jail right now because like
nah.
pandemic, you know?
But they have no value. I can't. Gonna run rampant. Doing crime.
Wow.
Ah, speaking of pandemic.
Uh-huh.
Like they're literally the same building?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yes, but no, that's not. I know. I can't. I'm gonna not talk anymore.
This is so horrible.
Yes. High security and mental illness.
Yeah.
All at Rikers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Gavin Newsom. But it originally was that mentally ill people were being incarcerated in jails and prisons rather than we're fucking turning the jails and prisons into mental health facilities. Also,
Right.
it's what I thought he was saying. He is real greasy and skeezy looking.
I
He
know.
looks like
He's like a used car
political
sales.
Bradley Cooper or something.
Film
What is this
Crazy
B-roll
in Mental
construction?
States. I haven't seen either of those. I think they just
Oh, I desperately want someone to just block him.
sucks. Powder him. I enjoy the word support in this context.
Ugh. that guy definitely has done some like wealthy white people drugs before.
For
And then
sure.
like so like you're this guy and then you like know that there's all these people who are um being incarcerated because of like bullshit and you're still like I don't know. I just like the levels of hypocrisy in carceral systems is just out of control to me.
Yeah. Oh, anti-ill people were released. Rikers fucking dumps people on 125th Street all the time.
Yep.
By whom?
Uh, I just hate this movie
It's
so
interesting.
much.
This is like the one bench they're allowed to film. It looks like this one room.
Yeah.
Just hang
I
out.
just I just really love like this guy. I just relate to this guy. I feel
It's
like.
just FYI, it is locked. You're not just hanging out.
Yeah.
Dick ass.
Why? Why is there an?
I feel like mine got behind you. Where are you right now?
The cops are kind of pushing him around a little as he goes into the seclusion room,
Yeah.
and there need to be like 3 to 4 of them in there with him for some reason.
For real. It's gonna get really there's gonna be some really worse stuff. Yeah.
Looking
If
forward
you're
to it.
someone who's been in restraints before, you may not want to watch, actually.
I mean,
Yeah, get out of there. Yes. What? I mean, there's lots of reasons not to want cops around you.
Serapel and Clonopin. I just would like
Yeah,
for you to drool like a lot and not actually communicate with me in any way.
I'm sorry it
right.
feels
That's
like that to you.
when they do that, it's like literally to knock you out. Like
Yeah.
that's chemical restraints, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was in chemical restraints. The
Her
only time I've
mouth is
ever been in
dirty.
chemical restraints is when someone sexually assaulted me in the hospital, and then I was reacting to him being in the room, and so they added chemical restraints to my physical restraints, you know?
Of course.
So like
Obviously,
that's
that's the thing that makes sense.
right. Yeah. Good solutions.
Wait, this is a different man.
I thought that was the same guy.
Is it the same guy or a different one? I. Wait, is it the same guy or not?
I don't know anymore.
Not that it really
Where?
matters. I just want to know if there are 2 different situations happening.
He seems young.
No, I think it's just the one.
I think maybe it is the same guy. Because she said, I thought the door was locked.
Oh yeah, he got out.
Oh, okay. Well, now
Which
her.
makes me I just respect him so much, but this is so fucked up. Ugh. I just like this guy. And it's really hard to watch.
Yeah.
So bad. so hard.
It's going to be way worse. It's going to be way, way worse.
No.
I mean, definitely worth your time, 90 minutes of your life. This is a really inspiring film for the suicidology community to be.
Right, yeah. So that's like, we put this on because
Jesus fucking Christ.
I've seen this going around in a lot of the like sort of traditional mental health spaces and in other suicide prevention like spaces, but someone posted about it on the listserv tonight, and I just think it's like really important that you watch something like this. This is like really fucking good propaganda. Because they show you a problem, they show you how horrific it is. And they do it with a like significant bias, and then they make you believe, if you're not someone who's very educated on this topic, like they can make you believe that
The victim is
the
the
solution
perpetrator.
they lead you to is the right one.
Right.
And so like this is like, yeah, it's just such a good example of propaganda.
But not even if you're not educated, you know, like so many people are educated on this
Right.
and still believe these things.
Yeah.
Probably the majority, honestly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and this has a strong connection, I think, with the Treatment Advocacy Center, which is what Kevix was talking about. But the Treatment Advocacy Center and NAMI have a lot of connection to me in the sort of way they approach things, and then sometimes I can get those vibes from like AFSP too, or not always as extreme, but it has that same kind of like slant where there's this focus on family members and giving them voices, how you give voice to people.
The gift of the Reagan policy back in the 80s. Wait, was she being sarcastic? I
think so.
Like, there are no gifts from the Reagan administration.
Oh, so she's saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Pro-institution. Not that, like,
yeah.
It's fucked that these are the choices. It's like you're either pro-institution or pro-homeless. Like, there is no in between.
Right. Well, and that's not right. It's a false dilemma, and that's why it's propaganda. Is that like they're telling you that you have to either support like massive amounts of like houselessness and struggle, or it's institutions, and that's like those are not the only options.
Right.
And it's like come the fuck on that a bunch of psychiatrists would like you can have gotten through medical school and you can't come up with anything else. That's all you've got. Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't love the assumption either that people who are dealing with houselessness are sick, you know, that they don't have like real,
right,
like that they don't have all kinds of different shit going on, that any of it is any less important.
this guy breaks my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
He reminds me of someone I've worked with before, who ended up like dying from an infection and like direct results of like their system being so stupid and broken.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
and his dog is so cute.
You have a problem. You have a chihuahua problem.
Yeah. All right, I need to drink more. I haven't had any of my second one.
Right. Oh yeah, it's still out of a champagne glass. Good.
do I look classy drinking my white claw out of the champagne glass
You
while I cry
always
about
look classy, ho.
this?
It's
This
the
guy's
same guy,
job
but
is
he
so
shaved.
fucked up.
Yeah, I think
Huh?
so. Phil wants to know if it's the same guy. Yeah.
But like shaved.
Yeah, yeah. Also, like doing case, like this is his like case manager for helping him get housed, and like being in that role is so fucked up too, and it like burns through people who are really invested in trying to support people, and
Mm.
everything is shitty.
For fuck's sake. It's kind of like a little obstacle course, you know, but like I get to go home to a house every night, so it's cool. Just like run the obstacle course, you weird little rat. Well,
Oh God. Right, so like this dude's getting like support for 43 years from like mental health.
support.
Right, and like nothing.
This is like a perfectly valid time to throw a goddamn fit.
Right, and I feel like they're showing him like this and then making it seem like he's like like something's wrong that he feels this way.
Right.
And like I think I would probably throw my phone too.
Absolutely.
Like I don't think that's unreasonable at all.
Mm-mm. And it's gross that they filmed it and put it in here. Like,
Right.
what purpose does it
Like
serve?
to make him look dangerous and to make
Right.
him look crazy. Like this is a like super fucking rational response
Mm-hmm.
to someone like telling you again. I mean, he's been waiting for like 4 years or something.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I hate it.
I'm gonna cry.
Come on. How about you don't?
Are you on the guy asking the hypothetical question?
Uh-huh.
Okay, great. I hate this guy. He's the worst guy.
I have lots of feelings about that question.
Yeah. Uh,
a really weird justification.
What is this hypothetical? I don't even understand the question. What is he
Um,
asking?
It's totally okay
basically,
for society to give up.
basically saying family members shouldn't have to be responsible,
But neither should
and
hospitals.
like
Neither should anybody.
society shouldn't have to be responsible,
I
right?
mean, if
Like,
you're gonna give up on yourself,
yeah, nobody should have to care for each other.
because you're hard to deal
Like,
with.
just like the whole, like,
Brianna, can you look up hypothetical?
oh, the whole like perspective that
Ah,
people need to just
smelling.
like pull themselves up by their bootstraps is so like fucked.
Oh yeah,
Like you just that bleeds through everything. Is that like we should be able to live like we should always be able to be like completely independent. Like
yeah,
we know that interdependence is like good for people. So I don't understand those two things don't line up. Like
right,
we want people to be interdependent, but only if it's easy.
right. Only if it makes us feel good.
I do never, never do that ever again. My daughter.
Oh man.
Oh, shame. Was shame one of our drinking words, or was it just stigma? I'm gonna drink for shame.
I think you can drink for shame. I'm just drinking when I remember that I have a drink.
Are you white girl wasted yet?
I'm not white girl wasted, but I'm not white girl wasted. I cried a few times,
I don't know what that means.
but I cry when I'm sober. It's hard to say.
You do cry when you're sober.
Yeah. This stuff is really sad because I feel like
Oh yeah.
he thinks he's like honoring his sister
Mm-hmm.
or something, but it's like really gross and like fucked up the conclusions he comes to.
Yeah.
Also, like what? These were not good photos.
I love the
Real.
coloring in these old photos. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Should have gotten that lobotomy sooner.
Yup.
Well, it's just like, um,
Oh, now we're gonna see kids.
Good.
yeah. Oh, this is really sad too. Everything is bad in this.
This guy, the
This
worst. He works with kids.
motherfucker.
The worst one.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Worst guy works with kids.
My head tells me to run away all the time.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Is it a voice, or do you think that in your head?
Or is it
What?
just your fucking internal monologue?
But like these questions are super complicated too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it took me a very, very long time to realize, and I'm still not entirely sure, like, that like my voices are different than other people. Like,
Yeah.
right? Like how much
It's all
is it?
abstract. Like, how could you even figure out that a voice is not like your internal monologue that is truly you? Well, who knows what you think as a kid?
Yeah, what did you say in your story, Jess, when you told me that you didn't realize you were different until way later, right?
Well, kind of. Like I knew that I a lot later than like it I think would have made sense for other people.
Right.
I think that like I realized that other people stopped talking about imaginary friends and stuff, so I did too.
Mm,
But I don't think I like really got I don't think I got it until a lot later. I
yeah.
just learned to like do like hide things, but
Right.
like how are you supposed to know the difference between when you're like a child between like voice in your head?
Right. I mean, yeah. I don't know the answer. Or anytime.
There's a book that I think is pretty great about um, voice hearing that really challenges a lot of that stuff. That's called the voices within.
Which stuff? What stuff specifically?
Just about like the difference between like when it becomes pathology. I'm gonna put that in quotes, like
Mm.
between voices and everything. So
Hmm.
this
Yeah,
is
God, why is he talking about her like this?
Like she's not there?
Yeah, suicide is the third highest cause of death in adolescents
yeah.
her age.
And he's like, and so like this mom really seems to like care about her daughter and want to support her and stuff,
Yeah, like, hey, you didn't know, by the
and
way.
like having some discussion with her about like what she needs and how to support her with the mom would have been really helpful instead of just being like suicide is serious.
Because you certainly didn't know that.
Right. You didn't bring her here or anything.
Right. Poor baby.
She does get to go home, which shocked the hell out of me.
Right. I have more questions about the voice stuff you were just talking about, but now we can't hold both trains of thought. Joel said, holy shit, this fucker.
Yeah. I also feel like even just like hearing her the way she's talking about stuff, you can like see how she's been indoctrinated with like the good survivor
Mm.
narrative too. Like, bleh.
It's so easy to do that. And I think we all kind of get put there, for most of us get put there, and then we decide whether that's bullshit or not, I guess.
My mom has talked a lot about like how how like little the system did to like help her understand anything that was happening with me. We've talked a lot about that, which was like it was just like a setup for everyone to fail and like not communicate with each other and
Mm.
feel terrible all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Okay. I guess because they played on swings and she graduated, she's gonna be okay, maybe.
well, she got on her medication. She took it regularly. She knows that she was wrong for feeling suicidal, so good. She's okay. And they like are kind of making the argument that like if you catch it early, get full on pills, then you won't end up with this problem.
Suicide problem.
Those are all like BLM signs.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's like this is like one of the first BLM protests, I think.
Aw. When was this filmed?
It was filmed a long time ago.
Mm.
I mean, I think over a really long period.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they're like 2 years. There's
yeah.
definitely a Zell Ford.
I wonder if Treatment Advocacy Center like funded this. Does anyone on the chat know if Treatment Advocacy Center paid for this shit? It sounds like it.
So Zell Ford was killed in 2014,
Yeah,
so it's 6 years ago.
yeah. It's interesting because I feel like at least in the mainstream, Black Lives Matter doesn't have this strong connection with psychiatrist people,
Mm-hmm.
but it clearly had strong roots there.
Right. What happened? I keep reading that says vagina. That streets.
In the second year of filming, Patrice co-founded a new civil rights organization that would become a national movement.
Okay. All right.
Pretty much all my activism, especially around police violence, especially
Oh.
around mass incarceration, was my brother.
Ugh.
Cancer.
So, like, given her connection, they're
Oh,
actually
Kennedy.
this is the NAMI conference. I was at this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with with Cody who was on here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like it's just disappointing to me that Colors aligns with this in this way,
Right.
given that she's like so. It's just like hard for me to imagine being like in this position of wanting to like liberate people from like systemic violence, but like not wanting to liberate people from like psychiatric incarceration.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Oh god, this is really fucked up. Mm.
You listening to this? In Philly right now with the cops, they have to go. I think we've talked about this. They have to go through a mental health training to get a taser right now. It's like
Yeah,
an incentivizing situation, and there's a really long waiting list. So they get
you get a gun,
a gun or
but
an
but no.
asp. This
So
sound.
weird.
This,
It's like, here's your neighborhood.
that's like really where we are right now.
Yeah.
I know exactly where this was shot from.
Right, so we're to the left of the screen.
When I saw this the first time, I thought it was your neighborhood, but then I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it definitely is. All those steeples. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's like the pan down to the street. Mm.
They just show the bloody window.
Yeah, over and over.
Oh God.
I'm glad I missed that because I was busy reading. Someone farted.
Yeah.
Ugh. Like, what is that? Like, I was left in charge of Merle is really, or I guess Meryl. Meryl. I always want to say Merle because the way they spell it.
I would
This
lock
is
your
like,
ass out too, bitch.
listen to how you talk about her.
Seriously. Cool. Dum dum dum.
Ugh.
But here I am making a whole documentary about it.
I'm making a whole documentary about it, and my conclusion is that we should have just been able to lock her up.
Oh my god, is she
Like
serious?
that's all I come up with.
This is like
Yeah,
that
he's pretty good.
32 pills shit. I never
Yeah.
intended to do this. However,
However, I'm going to do it for this movie.
mm-hmm.
Ugh. What do you mean you don't know how to make sense of it all? Like that's like what's important to him is to figure out what happened that night, instead of figuring out strategies that might have helped keep her alive.
Right,
That might have helped make the world worth living in for her.
right. And so we're focusing on the behaviors that are abnormal to him, like the writing. DJ Jaffe, I need to learn about this person more.
Oh my god,
I feel
he's a
like we don't like
monster.
him. Right. I keep hearing
Yeah,
his name in a very awful light, but I don't know anything
he's a
about him. Oh,
monster.
you're not alone, guys. Christmas lights. What was that? The crisis hotline, the crisis text line or crisis hotline documentary had a lot of Christmas lights in it, and it was weird. Do you remember that?
I don't know. I
I
maybe
think it.
didn't watch.
I think it might have been. Oh, she got fat. She's been medicated, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Called it.
It was like she's in this she's in this place where she feels like she can't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what this has done for her. It's make her feel like she's not able
Right.
to have anything she wants.
And how many times have you heard that story before?
Yeah.
A lot. Is it a
I like
box
watching
cutter?
stuff
What?
watching stuff. Oh yeah, the box cutter made me laugh the first time too. Um Watching
Dodgy.
stuff like this makes me feel so fucking privileged to be able to pass the way that I do. And
Yeah.
so fucking lucky that I can pass like I do, and I'm really lucky that I'm white and
Uh-huh.
grew up in the family I grew up in and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fucking lucky. Which is why it's so important to me, now to be vocal about my experience and my diagnosis because like because other people like have this shit happening to them.
Right. But have you ruined your career?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think probably not.
I don't know. Like I don't know how many places would hire me right now. Like besides where I'm currently working.
Uh, you've gotten a couple job offers over the past couple years, just as a reminder for big time jobs.
Okay, I feel like I'm
Yeah,
in my
this little that
career and
got
I'm
out
being
of.
really
What the fuck did happen to him? Okay, he was arrested. They probably beat the shit out of him.
He's not well either.
Right. I
Like
imagine
dying.
he's not being treated well, right?
Yeah.
Well, then, if they take him to jail, he will be treated extremely well
Yeah.
in terms of his health.
They have a strike
Is this
policy
the
here,
guy that had the apartment?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Wait, he
He
got
has
arrested?
AIDS, and they're probably not taking care of him.
They're asking for compassionate release and his strikes are up, so he won't get one.
Talk about reasons to cry. That's what happened to my dad.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Oh, God.
And like
That's
how
what he
does
got
anyone
arrested for?
feel like this is the right thing?
Drugs?
Yeah. Yeah, drugs again. And like
He will.
he might
He will.
die. He might die pre-trial, right? Like this is.
God damn it.
Fucking shit.
I mean, he lost his apartment because he's the problem. Just
Right.
FYI.
Yeah. Um. So Joelle asked if I feel like I potentially ruined my career by being as open as I am and disclosing, and yes, I do. um. And like I know the people who are willing to work with the organizations that are willing to work with someone like me are going to be limited, and the more vocal and more active I am, the less employable I become.
I
There
mean,
are all kinds of people who think that like someone with my experiences has no business doing the work that I do.
you've also gotten, um, I think since you started doing that, you've built your platform while you were doing that, too, while you were coming out.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know if one is the cause of the other or if they just so happen to be kind of
I don't know.
the same path, but
It's also like
it's
really hard to
been
tell when
cool
I'm
to
being
see it.
just it's it's hard to tell when I'm being like tokenized though too, right?
Well, you figured it out with that one guy.
Yeah.
You said you shouldn't do that, sir. What? Why are we raising the roof?
I just the phrase suffers from mental illness is like such a fucking aggravating word for me.
Yeah, I don't.
Suffers from mental bleh.
I mean, I guess sometimes, but
I
that's
mostly suffer from the way other people deal with shit. Like it's
yeah.
I mean like sometimes I suffer too, like on my own for my
But
mental
that's
health,
not
but
that's not a, a word that it illustrates the actual experience, like holistically. Yes. But we don't actually want to hear them. Oh,
right.
I got it.
And so now this is about like people should get treatment and care instead of jail. And like, yes, but people should get the treatment and care that they want instead of jail.
Correct.
And people should have options. And like, Yeah. Ugh.
That guy. LA County being the model? That's the same place that Gabriel Fernandez was. Was that the actor on the left? The hot actor from I don't know. The one with the adopted Asian sister or whatever in the crime TV show.
What? What?
How to get away with murder.
Oh, I
I
don't
swear
know.
the hot actor was in that scene, like in the courthouse.
Maybe.
I can't remember his name right now, but I follow him on Instagram.
Oh,
I care about the important things. Al Hudson's here up in this bitch.
Hudson.
Hudson. Wait, he stopped
Oh,
his meds and what?
he stopped his meds and became psychotic.
Oh, does this guy kill himself? Did he kill himself?
She's not gonna spoil,
She would spoil for me.
but not for
I'm
everyone
not
else.
going to spoil for everybody else.
You're a whore. Sustained long-term treatment. Cool.
Yeah.
Distant shouting. I love cats.
Yeah. The approach. Ugh. I just.
Hudson, we're watching a beautiful PBS documentary called Bedlam. It's all about the joys of psychiatric care.
It is propaganda about forced treatment.
Which one of us sold that better?
So the I'm like, so yeah, she's like leaving this work. And I don't think she was like the best, but she certainly wasn't the worst person in the CR.
I mean, there was definitely that moment where she was like, I don't want to get death threats, and they hadn't shown it yet or whatever. I think they did a
Yeah.
bab there.
Yeah.
And I would not want to get death threats from dudes all the time either, but I mean, I probably
I
wouldn't
I'm
choose to
I'm
be a
sorry, but you pick,
psychiatrist.
like, yeah, you pick to work in emergency services. Like, that's like doing crisis work and being like, I
Crazy
didn't
people
know
are
you were
barefoot.
gonna yell at me. Like, suck it up.
Yeah,
You're not the person in crisis. This is the job you chose to do.
correct. Oh, lock them in. Yeah, make sure it's locked. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so this is cool because like seclusion's not supposed to be like legal.
Right. It's not actually the definition of insanity.
No, I hate people love saying that shit too. It's not the definition of
It's a
insanity.
legal term. Why do they keep showing her leaving? Like, they used
I
this
don't know.
footage already.
They show her leaving a lot.
Well, now she's quitting,
And,
so
Right, but we got the good night before, and now she's dipping.
but it's like the same.
now she's
It's like the
taking a
same
bucket. She really means it
sleep.
this time.
That is a $1,500 hospital bill, that ambulance.
Well,
It was 13 years ago anyway.
teach you to have an episode.
Teach you to try to kill yourself. Fireworks. I'm leaving.
What is the
Yay.
fireworks B-roll?
Who thinks about this? Wait, that was
Is
it?
this it?
That was the end?
We're quitting. Fireworks. The end.
Yeah.
What?
They need, like...
It's, okay, so
Who
it's for the
edited
families.
this?
It's for the 15 million American families living with mental
Right,
illness.
not the
Are you
people
fucking
who...
kidding me?
I am so
Mm.
what?
Okay.
Anyway, so here's a movie made by monsters.
Lots of y'all
About-
motherfuckers watch this with us. I am prepared to see some beautiful
Wow.
emails on that AAS listserv in the
Damn.
morning.
I feel like
Yeah.
this did nothing.
Upper East Films LLC. I bet he lives on the Upper
This
East
gave
Side,
me-
this motherfucker.
This gave
I
me
hate everything.
Like, I don't even know what to say anymore. What did I just watch? I feel like I just got traumatized
Propaganda?
for nothing.
You did get traumatized.
You did.
Wow.
I told
I
you
got
it was going to be traumatic.
No, Brianna, I got nothing. Like,
But, like,
I saw a lot of doors get locked,
there were a lot of doors that got
and
locked.
that's it.
Well, you saw fireworks.
I saw, like,
And in the end, there
you
was
saw a
fireworks,
lot
which I guess
things.
gave me
Right,
hope for the
the
future.
doctors, too.
I saw an ambulance and fireworks.
I don't...
Right.
Like,
the conclusion they want you to get is that like we should bring back institutions.
right. I mean, I'm
Because
operating at,
the
like,
only solution they get-
25%, and I got that part. But, like,
right.
what? Now fireworks, I'm always gonna think, well, you see a firework, you should just go to a hospital.
Or
Get
it's
you a
when
ride
leave
from an
the hospital,
ambulance.
you quit.
If you're a psychiatrist who decides to quit, yes. Just drink that drink.
Wow, Jesus, that was. Wait, okay, so
I just don't know how anybody could be like,
How do you
what's a
watch
good
that?
idea?
right, yeah. How do you watch that and are like, I think the only part of that was actually really good documentation was like the origins of BLM. Like that's it.
And
Yeah.
it wasn't even about that.
Right. Wait, Des, take off your headphones, unplug them so Fel can hear me too.
Oh, we can do that
Dang.
Now we can have all of us talking.
Wow.
I have a question. What was the one, like the butterfly effect for suicide people with the bridge? That one? What was that called? With the guy?
What?
Are you,
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I can't think of what it's called.
what? The ripple effect?
Oh, the ripple effect.
Which one of these films was better?
Which one of them was what?
If a butterfly jumps off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, okay, wait. You're going to have to start that sentence over whenever you're done with whatever's happening.
I don't know where Des is going, but the butterfly reminded me of the
I
girl.
just wanted to know which film was better.
The
The ripple
butterfly
effect
effect.
of this? Better at what?
Ripple fuck up.
So the ripple effect is inspiration porn, and this is sports treatment propaganda. I think they work really well together.
Which
To
one
make a
will get me
case
to
for
orgasm?
things I don't believe in. Wait, what?
Which one will get me to orgasm more quickly?
None of them. None. None of them will get you to orgasm. Oh, God.
God.
I feel like there
Oh
were
no,
so
I don't
many...
need to see the bridge ever again. I'm good with
Oh,
seeing
God.
all the people jump off the
Do
bridge.
not.
Who was the girl in LA with
I'm
the
all
dad
done.
who got really sick, and then she ended up taking herself to the hospital? Like, there's just like no mention of the fact
what
that
was
like
her name?
the person she lives with, her dad, got really sick, and she's left alone, and they're just like, her sick brain.
Right.
So sick, that brain. She's gonna take herself back. Look
But
at
so
her.
many of these
Look
people.
at her with a little NASA t-shirt cape. Like,
What are you talking about?
Wait, what did the cat say? Bitty bitty boop bap, bitty bit boop. The one.
no, I'm talking about after. Yeah, like,
Right.
yeah, that girl, the bitty boop boop.
When
what
they
about
came
her?
back the second time, she was hoarding or whatever. And as like a side note, they were like, her dad got sick.
So sick, he's
Right.
been hospitalized for months. And it was like, yeah,
Right.
well, yeah, there's some shit going on, obviously, in her life. And they're just like, she got off her meds.
Yeah, right. They're like, the only thing that's different is she's off her medication. We're not going to mention the traumatic things going on. In the very first time they show her, she keeps mentioning a sexual assault and talking about people taking power away from you and stuff. So it's like very clear that there was like a sexual assault triggering event. And they don't ever ask her about it and they never address it. And they just put her on meds and then send her home and then she's getting cared for by her father, clearly. And then, which is great. Like, I think it's great for people's families to help them and support them if they can do that. And then her dad got sick. And, like, clearly that would be another traumatic situation. And then, so, like, nothing about how trauma might be connected to her response.
All of these people, they all had some sort of traumatic thing happening.
Yeah.
Or continuing to happen. And instead, it was about how they needed psychiatric help. Not about how, like, I've been trying to get an apartment for 4 years. Or fucking in Monty's case, all the things. Like, I just... I don't know. I hate everything.
Yeah, what Elise
I want to
said.
fucking leave.
What Elise is saying. Yeah, that for multiple people,
Right.
they, like, dropped a significant event, and then they're like, well, they got off their meds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but then also they, like, challenged things about medication. They were like, we haven't done enough new medication research. I'm like, what?
Yeah. But, like, even when you're, like, when you take your meds, when, like, your meds help or whatever...
That doesn't mean,
you
like, everything's
forget to
great.
take them sometimes. Sometimes you fall off. Sometimes life happens.
Or sometimes, like, the meds that you're taking make you feel really, really shitty.
Well, I said when the meds are good. But, yeah, when the meds are shitty, like, obviously you're not going to want to take them.
Right.
I feel like that's just, like, a clear conclusion. It's
not
a crazy people conclusion. It's just, like, if it feels bad, don't do that. Which apparently is really hard to get through to the mental health field.
Crazy people don't have any willpower. That's the problem.
I still think of, do you remember that, like, novel Paul Quinnett sent to the listserv about how lithium saves lives?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, are you guys crazy? Is quality of life at all of any interest to you?
Yeah. There's just, like, no space for people to be able to, like, express what they're experiencing and whether or not it's helpful or working for them or any, like... And then, like, the just, like, within the medical model, like, symptoms are only, like, right, it's only ever a symptom of a disorder, and the reason you care about symptoms is just to diagnose people so that you can, like, know what to do with them, instead of, like, treating the experiences people are having as meaningful, and trying to understand, like, how they got to these spaces, and how they've learned to survive these things.
Well, Elise, the sister had a divorce, the girl had a sick dad, young adolescent girl has problems at school, the one guy couldn't get housing and had a chronic illness.
Yep.
All important considerations. And it's like, yeah, they show it, but they don't ever make that connection. Ever. I mean, that happens all the time.
Yeah. Right, and so all of the focus of this was just on, like, well, they're not on their meds. It's like, but also, like, they're living on the streets for 4 years, waiting to get housing, and then, like, bought a fucking rock, and now they're going to go to, like, have everything taken away. Like, I don't understand how, like, buying a rock on the street is, like, worth taking away all of someone's life. Like, that's absurd.
A few nights off with rocks, probably. You're leaving?
Oh, yeah.
Our silent third partner is exiting the building.
Okay.
And our farting fourth partner is
Oh, Connie.
maybe stay.
But she's
Connie,
really
fart on her
cute.
harder.
Oh my god, that fart was really raunchy.
Well, thanks everyone on the chat for watching this horror show with us.
Well, that was truly like, it needed the biggest content warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know how to say that in the listserv in an appropriate way, which is why I was just like, you gotta be really.
You were like way more diplomatic than I would have expected,
now having-
knowing what I knew about it.
Now, having watched it, I think you need to like amend that and be like, what?
Well, I think my email in response being like, we're gonna yell about how terrible this is.
Hey, I watched this with a bunch of people on the internet, and we all think.
We're all mad about it. All of us. We have reached a consensus and we're pissed.
Yeah, it's.
I think in these COVIDious times, we're gonna need to have more impromptu suicide and stuff situations.
Yeah. Yeah, this was interesting.
Planned.
If you want to watch Crip Camp, we could do a Netflix watch party.
Do I?
Suicide and stuff chat with Crip Camp.
I don't know if I do.
You don't know that?
I don't know if I do.
I like this idea of like movie series.
Suicide and Stuff movie series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did say COVIDious, Brianna. That's correct.
I did. Yeah, I did say COVIDious. One of Fell's colleagues said that in her class, one of her classes the other day, and I've really held on to that.
That's great.
These COVIDious times. What else did she use? COVIDiousness?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very good.
That was pretty good. And then what?
And then she got infected.
And then she got it.
Oh no! I don't know where I thought that was going, but not here.
And then she caught the COVID.
But she's
Well, yeah, Crip Camp is good. That's because there's like, it really explores some of the intersection between,
anything.
well, yeah,
Do a
it's a
dish.
documentary that's about something and is from a different perspective. There's still a lot of whiteness happening, but there's some folks of color involved. But it explores disabled. It's a disability community movie, and it talks both about like psychiatric and other disabilities. So it's pretty cool.
Elise wants to know if we're doing a Zoom suicide spring break. I feel like that would make me really sad.
Okay, I feel like we should,
Yes.
but like we can't. How many people can we even put on a Zoom?
I have no idea.
Like,
I feel like that would not be. How many people can you put on a Zoom? We could have breakout rooms. Like whenever we're like, I want to have a side conversation.
you have to do it in the chat or have a breakout room.
How many people are in your class?
Like 45.
She said 45 people in her
Okay.
class.
But like, then we can't all talk at once, right? Like, only one person really gets to talk at once.
You have to go to have breakout rooms in your little. I mean, that's kind of like at a party.
Yeah.
You can do breakout rooms or the main room.
Some people are leaving. Good night to some of the people who are leaving.
Bye, guys.
I am in for wearing wigs. I have a Dolly Parton wig that made a debut already, but I could wear it again. Also have a blue wig. Also have a lot of other wigs. I don't need to name all my wigs.
Well, I heard you lost a lot of them one time.
This is all about the wig.
Don't make me cry about my wigs again.
Ellie says you could do 100 people.
100 people on Zoom is out of control.
But now I kind of want to see it happen.
Like, just naming all the different rooms.
The high room, the drunk room, the
wig room. I have to pick between those 3 rooms?
No, you could just bounce between them.
I was going to say, this doesn't seem fair for me.
Hudson is aroused. I don't know what's happening.
What did I do?
Hudson's penis is hard.
What did I do to make it hard?
Bring your Diet Coke, bring your wigs, bring your tears.
I saw a meme recently that was
T-shirt.
said like, crying party at my house at 8, pull up outside and honk.
Oh my god. Why? Why is life like this?
Oh god. Okay, so like I am in for doing weird things on Zoom.
Also,
Last night I had a bunch of women get on Zoom with me dressed up to have a fancy dinner. And we talked about, periods and
I love periods.
BDSM, basically.
And what?
Like BDSM,
Oh, okay.
basically.
Both periods and BDSM at the same time?
Oh, yeah, once a little bit. And then also, one of our friends was trying to get everyone to show their boobs, but not everyone did.
Oh, that has definitely happened at suicide spring break parties.
Yeah, boobs have been out for sure.
Boobs
Yeah.
have definitely been out.
Also, periods.
There were periods at parties?
I'm sure somebody had their period at a party.
Oh, but nothing fancy.
Someone's always on their period.
Someone is always on their period.
Yeah. At my work, when we're all working in the office together, almost everyone is on the same week for their period or the same, close to the same week.
Are never on the same cycle, and we've lived together for 7 years.
I don't understand.
I don't either.
We have like 15 people in my office that have their period at the same time.
If we could get in the same place, that would be very convenient for our sex life. Unfortunately, we have children, and what is sex?
No time is good.
I don't know. It sounds like you made some choices that impacted your sex life, so
I did. It's true.
guess I can't help you.
It's true. One day there will be sex. Who's cold? What's happening? Titty Zoom.
Hudson's shirt got stolen by Bree at Suicide Spring Break, and it was cold.
So his hairy nipples were out?
I guess so.
Hudson, are your nipples hairy? Important questions.
Important questions.
Who was texting me about hairy nipples recently? Not being prepared for hairy nipples.
Me. I was texting you about that.
Was it you?
Well, because we were talking about that guy.
Wait, were you talking about your own nipples? No.
No, we were talking about that laundry guy you like.
Oh yeah.
I have no chest hair. That man, yes, no, it wasn't you. I was talking to, a woman-identified person about nipple hair.
Oh.
I can't remember who it was.
Nipple hair?
Yeah, about like not being prepared to have nipple hair.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Why is there nipple hair?
That's how I felt as a teenager. Unprepared.
Unprepared for body hair in general.
Just in those places. Like, I was just like, no one said this would happen.
No one did say this was going to happen. No one said a lot of life was going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, just
I don't know how we end suicide and stuff when we're
just talking.
We're just like fucking around.
We have no goals in mind when it's
think
just
you
one of
ended
our
with
regular
some
evenings.
B-roll of an ambulance and some fireworks, so just go for it.
B-roll
What?
of an ambulance and fireworks.
Oh, I don't have that.
Wait, I have to pee. I have to pee so bad.
That's
However,
That's how we end it.
hold on.
Hold on.
I need. I'm a little drunk. Hudson's texting me a movie. I bet it's about his nipple hair.
You know what this movie series is?
What?
This is just like a 3-hour-long beef corner.
I was just gonna start beef corner. Thank you.
That's what you were gonna do, and then you're gonna go to the bathroom.
No, we are gonna have a beef corner briefly.
Oh.
Beef corner.
Beef
This
corner. Wait.
About what?
Everything. Beef corner. Hello, my videos won't work. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, hold on. I have to give it. There we go. Beef corner. Here, kitty. Carol Baskin is feeding steak to the meow meows.
Okay.
Meow meow country time.
Meow meow here, kitty kitty, on the beef corner with this weird JFK head.
Meow,
I don't know what's happening, but okay.
You're gonna like it.
meow meow country.
So we're doing a beef corner right now? What's your beef?
What's your beef? Do you have any extra beef?
You're asking if I have more beef? I always have more beef. Okay, yes.
Tell me
Here's
about
the
your
beef.
Bye, honey. I love
what?
you. I love you. Bye. She left.
You love me? Oh.
I love you too.
You fell.
This is
Okay.
not a video of Hudson's nipples. It's a video of Hamlet, and this is the only time I've ever been disappointed to receive a video of Hamlet.
A video of Hamlet, yeah.
So that's one of my beefs.
That's a good beef. I have a beef that my contact is like moving all over my eye.
Ooh,
so please hold. You come up with your beefs first.
What is my beef? My beef is with this pandemic.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like when people die, you should be able to grieve with them, but then you can't. Or when people die, you should be able to have a funeral for them if you wanna, but I can't. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty mad about that. I'm also mad about the Reese's eggs that I did not get because I made my Instacart order a week ago and just got it yesterday. Pretty mad about that. It's like, if my father figure is dead, like I should at least have a Reese's egg. I feel like that's only fair.
I agree with that. My contact came out because I cried too much in that movie.
I can't fit those in my eyeballs. I don't know how it works.
I can, but now it came out from the crying.
So do you have to be like this the whole time?
Beef. Here's my beef. I'm really sad because I finally got a planning session at AAS.
Oh my god, I'm so mad about all of this.
And I get to talk about something that I think is really critical for the field, which is about white supremacy and colonization, and how it's affected our work. And we have to do it online, and I just don't think very many people are going to go. Mm-mm. And I also think after I have a presentation about white supremacy at AAS, I'm never going to get to present on the main stage again. So this is it.
Certainly not with how the election went, but that would have happened whether or not you had done this particular talk, I think.
Well, I don't even think if the election went differently, it would have changed anything. Because, like, really a lot of the people who are in leadership in that space are not wanting to think critically about this stuff. I don't mean everyone, but definitely a lot of people.
For sure, but I mean, it's going to change drastically. Yeah. You know, like it's finally getting to a point where it's like, oh, the things we care about are at least being considered.
Yeah.
And then no.
Yeah, and no. And also, then the next conference that I was going to go to was the Critical Suicidology Conference, which hasn't been close enough to me for me to go to ever that I've known about it anyway. And so yeah, and like Vicki Reynolds, who I'm obsessed with, like very high key obsessed with. I don't get to see her at that conference, and everything's sad.
Yeah. I was also looking forward to all these things, and like, you know, there was a situation today where I was also given an hour to talk, not on the main stage, but I was given a thought leader session, and I'm grieving, and I can't focus on anything right now. Like, so to write a whole talk that like where I have to sound smart and you know, finally say all the things I wanted to say, and now it's like I probably won't be able to do that. But if I pull out, like I should probably, then I'll never get the opportunity again either. Probably. So,
Yeah.
sucks.
Everything's sad.
Ugh.
But also, like, I'm really scared about this, the way this situation can be, like, weaponized. I'm really scared about, like, the COVID situation. I'm really scared about, like, what's going to happen to, like, people who I think of as my people who are, like, locked up in psychiatric institutions that are, like, basically sitting ducks.
Did you see that link Leia tweeted earlier?
What?
Leia tweeted a link about people dying in facilities.
Yeah, and it's just like, so like, this ought to be a situation that like pushes us to understand how like deeply broken our systems are and like do something about that.
Yeah.
And I just don't see that happening. So there's this, I don't know, I feel like my like.
Not when you have beautiful films like Bedlam out there.
Yeah, I feel like my heart is all broken about stuff, so
yeah,
that's my beefs. I have sad beefs today.
I mean, they're still beefy.
Yeah.
I should play the video again. Not that you can see it, but
no, I can't see it. But
you can find it later. I think I already played it for you. I'm just really fascinated by the mannequin head looking like JFK. Like, what? Why is that?
Yeah.
You look really good, like picking your eyeball because you're very.
My eye hurts, and I'm sad. I can't tell if I'm crying or if my eye hurts.
Both.
Anyway, I feel like we should end it now because look at my face.
I guess. I mean, people are still chatting, but I need to.
Oh, are they? Oh, we don't have to end it. People are chatting. I should just walk away and fix my eyeball.
No, we have to end it because Theo's gonna wake up any minute and be like, "What's up, bitches?" And I'm gonna be like, "Fuck, I did it to myself again." And I have to like talk to NPR tomorrow, and I keep like trying to not commit to it because I'm like, oh, I don't know, I can't. Like, it's so hard for me to know if I'm gonna be able to have a cohesive thought at any point, coherent and cohesive. Yeah. So I should go to bed. I'm going to go to bed and then it's going to take me another hour anyway, so. Yay.
Right. Thanks for watching Bedlam with me, everybody.
Me also. I was here too.
Yeah, thanks for making me do this, Des. That was fun. I feel great.
I think you enjoyed it. You definitely look like you enjoyed it. Your face is amazing right now.
I'm really sad.
I know.
I'm trying not to like scary cry on camera, so.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the stop button and then you can scary cry and we can text while I pee or something.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Finish and broadcast.